So this video is a bit special because I'm not going to sing, I'm just going to talk and play some video extracts. So it's been 1 year since I created this channel and since I started posting some barbershop and a cappella videos. And as I went down through the videos I made this year, I started doing some stats and counting the arrangers and the quartets that I covered the most, counting the number of tags of full songs, etc. And I figured that for this channel's first anniversary, I would make a video to tell a bit about the quartets and arrangers that influenced me the most. That's to say, the ones that I covered the most during this first year. So I'm going to talk a bit about them, to tell some anecdotes and to play some video extracts. If you want to watch the full videos, I think I'll put the links in the description, and I'll definitely put some subtitles to make sure you can all understand my questionable English. So let's start with the first one. Let's start with my very first multi-track video. I posted it before I even created this channel. It was on another YouTube channel. And so it's a song that I discovered more than 10 years ago, before I even knew what barbershop was, before I discovered it last year. And I really wanted to sing it. It's called You Can Fly. It's from Walt Disney's Peter Pan, and it was sung by Max Q.
Take the path that moonbeams make. If the moon is still awake, you'll see him wink his eye. Wink his eye. You can fly, you can fly, you can fly, you can fly. Oh, when there's a smile in your heart, there's no better time to start, so just think of all the joy you'll find when you leave the world behind and bid all your fears goodbye. You can fly, you can fly, you can fly, you can fly, you can fly.
So another quartet that I wanted to start with is, by the way, you can try and guess which quartet they are. So it's one of the 3 quartets that I covered the most this year, and it's definitely one of the quartets that influenced me the most to start singing barbershop. They were very influential for me, but I think they are also for a lot of people around the world. They managed to bounce back to their top level this year at internationals after changing one of their members, and they sang 4 new songs out of 6. And so if you haven't guessed, they are the Newfangled 4. And the next song is Zaz. It's a song that features their new member, Marcus Carline, the baritone. And there's a very cool scat lick that I was really excited to sing. So here is Zaz by the Newfangled 4.
So call that bluff. Bam! I strut my stuff. Bam! Like no one in this contest has. Instead of giving up, give it some zazz. Oh, that zazz, there's razzmatazz.
So I did a lot of singing at home, rehearsing, recording, and I started to notice that singing makes a lot of noise for the neighbors, I mean. So I tried something. I borrowed my girlfriend's headset and I tried recording with it. I noticed the sound quality was not that bad. You get the ambient noise, but that's okay. My recordings are not perfect anyway. So I went to a forest near where I live, and I decided to record the video along with the audio. Plus, you can get some cool landscapes you don't get at home. So the next one is my first multi-track video recorded outdoor. It's from a quartet that may be the most famous one, or one of them. They won in 2004, and I think they even got inducted to the Hall of Fame this year. If you haven't guessed, it's Vocal Spectrum. The song is Go the Distance, and it's also one of those songs that I heard more than 10 years ago and that I really wanted to sing one day. So here is Go the Distance by Vocal Spectrum.
It's hard, I will be at the odds, and maybe I can go the distance. I will face the world, and I'll be fearless, proud and strong. I will please my God. I can go the distance till I find my heroes. Welcome right there where I...
So while we're still on Vocal Spectrum, here's another song that they sang. It's called I Wanna Be Like You, and it's from the Jungle Book. It was arranged by David Wright. David Wright is the third arranger I covered the most this year. He's a very experienced arranger. I had the chance to meet him twice in Germany this year, and he arranged so many songs for so many quartets and so many ensembles. So here's I Wanna Be Like You by Vocal Spectrum, arranged by David Wright.
Talk like you, I do. Listen, here's my Come listen, plan. I know I can walk and talk just like a man. Yes, I can stroll right into town just like a man. That's my plan. Walk and talk, yes I can. Listen, here's my plan, just give me a hand. I know I can. I'll walk around like a man. I wanna be just like a man.
The next quartet is the only quartet that won Barbershop Internationals, and that doesn't come from an English-speaking country. They're coming from Sweden, and they won in 2012. And they sang what may be the most well-known barbershop song ever, which is the Notre Dame medley, which I did cover, but I'm not very proud of because I was very sick. My voice was hurt. And so they're the Ringmasters, and they did a cover of a Swedish pop song, a comedy song about some instruments playing jazz music, and every member fighting to try and play a solo. So I tried it, and I tried to do some what I call choreography. So I tried to slap my other self from another track, which turned out to be quite hard because it's very hard to synchronize with someone that's not in the same room as you. And also I had to still sing. So here is Jazz Me Blues in Swedish.
1, 2, 3. Yes, 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 yes. Sing, sing, sing. The comedy bella, precis som de vill, precis som de vill. Alla de vågar och varför de vill. Spela bassan solo. Håll klaffen. Nej, slutet ska vi riva av gemensamt allihop. Trumpeter säger goodbye, klarinetter kan för sig. Och bassen har sin stora solo. Nej, 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 de slutar Jazz Me Blues. The good old Jazz Me Blues. Och därmed var det ingen mer från oss. Hej, hej. Genom oss.
So here's another song involving some choreography, sort of. It's called Spider-Man, and it was sung by the quartet called Midtown that won internationals this year. It was arranged by the second arranger I sang the most songs of this year. His name is Aaron Dale. He arranged so many of the most well-known barbershop songs, like Notre Dame Medley I was talking about, or When I See an Elephant Fly, or even Go the Distance, and so many others. So the singing in this one was already quite hard, but I still tried to do some funny moves, and I'm quite proud of it because I could pull it off in only like 2 takes, I think. So here's Spider-Man by Midtown, arranged by Aaron Dale.
Spider-Man, that Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, wealth and fame, yeah, he's ignored. Action is now his reward. Look out, look out, look out. Here comes the Spider-Man. Spider-Man, that Spider-Man, radioactive Spider-Man, that man. Life is a great big bang up. Wherever there's a hang up, you'll find a Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
So the next quartet, a bit like Newfangled 4, they managed to come back to international top level this year after changing not only 1 but 2 of their members, and after stopping competition for 7 years. They are also from Sweden, and if you haven't guessed, they are Lemon Squeezy, which is one of my favorite quartets. And they are lucky to have Rasmus Kriegström as an arranger from the Ringmasters. And he arranged Things Are Looking Up for them, for Lemon Squeezy. And I like to find landscapes that are related to the lyrics. So I was in the mountains, it was really cold. And this song has a very high note, which is an A, which is the highest note that I can reach. And I was recording this part last. I had like 5% left of battery in my phone. So it was the last take for me, and here it is. Here's the last take. Things Are Looking Up.
It surely did, and now see the sunbeams, everyone beams, just because of you. Because of you, love's in session, and my depression is unmistakably through. Oh, things are looking up. It's a great little world we live in. Oh, I'm happy as a pup since love looked up at me. Love looked up at me, you see, and now I'm so in love, and I'm feeling high as the stars above. I'm so in love.
So I feel like I have to talk about cornbread today, because many of the people that are going to watch this video have discovered the channel through cornbread, I guess. If you haven't, you can tell it in the comments. So cornbread is a tag written by Roman King. It's a 4-part tag, and it's very cool because it's very simple to learn and to sing, but it's still interesting harmonically. Maybe the lyrics are not that interesting, but the harmony is. And so I decided to write some extra parts, to write 4 parts, so 8 in total. And as I always do, when I arrange some a cappella songs, I tried recording all the parts in a row to see how it sounds with human voices. And for the first time, I felt like the recording process, adding the parts one by one, could be as interesting as the full mix, the final result. So I knew the A parts by heart. I went to the forest near where I live to record, and I decided not to cut the video as I was recording all the parts. So you can get the first part alone, then the two first parts together, then 3, etc. And then the final result at the end. And since that day, I never uploaded anything to YouTube without recording all the parts in a row and uploading what I call the live harmony building, which is the recording process, along with the final mix in 2 separate videos. So here is my 8 or 10 part arrangement of Cornbread.
Cornbread, 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 corn, 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 cornbread, cornbread.
So this idea of singing all 4 parts in a row, I had the chance to do it live on stage in front of an audience once, and not only with a tag, but with 2 full songs. So it was quite tricky, because when you're singing live, you cannot do any post adjustment of the audio mix, and you cannot adjust the volume of any part. So you have to stand closer to the microphone, or just try and sing louder when you have a solo, which is not always easy. And it's a thing I only did once. I'm not sure it's been done elsewhere. And when I sang these 2 songs, one of them was sung by one of my favorite quartets. So they are 4 very gifted singers. They have crazy ranges, and their bass is an arranger too. He's very good at writing cool arrangements, sometimes some swing up tunes, and one of them is Nowhere to Go But Up, which is the one you're going to hear. Nowhere to Go But Up, multi-track on stage, as sung by After Hours.
Look inside the balloon, and if you hear a tune, there's nowhere to go but up. We're going up. Choose the secret we know before life makes us grow. There's nowhere to go but up. We're going up. If your selection feels right, well then baby, hold on tight. If you see your reflection, your heart will take flight. If you pick the right string, then your heart will take wing. And there's nowhere to go but up. Yeah, we're going up. Now I feel like a boy with a shiny new toy, and there's nowhere to go but up. Yeah, we're going up. Just one day at the fair, it had me waltzing on the air. Nowhere to go but up. Let's get on up. My heart is so light, but I think that I just might start feeding all the birds, and I'll fly myself a kite. With your head in a cloud, only laughter's allowed.
So it's a bit sad, because the next quartet has just retired last month. It's a very unique quartet. They sing a lot of country music covers, arranged by very good arrangers like Aaron Dale, we talked about, or others too. And they managed to finish in the top 7 at internationals like 10 times in a row or so. And their name is Throwback. So I feel very lucky to still have been able to see them, to meet them, and to hear them sing live this year at some barbershop in Germany conventions. and I also had the chance to sing with them, to sing a tag with them. So here is Between You and the Birds and the Bees and Cupid with Throwback. And I post some convention videos, and the reason why I post them is that even if the sound quality is sometimes quite bad, it's a very unique experience to sing with people you've never met and still have a blast. So I hope I can share some of this emotion through posting those videos.
I want to. They just want an explanation. I need the dark on moon above. And the birds and the bees and Cupid make me fall in love. You and the birds and the bees and Cupid sent from up above. You made me fall in love. You made me fall in love. You made me fall in love.
So barbershop music follows me everywhere in my life. So this summer I was in this very long bicycle trip through Europe, and my girlfriend and I kept trying to find some new landscapes to record some tags and such. And we were in Sweden, and we randomly stopped on a hill near the sea, and there was a beautiful sunset. The next video is the only one that doesn't have a tag in it. In fact, it's the intro to a song, but it's really quite like a tag with some crazy long notes, crazy chord progressions, and it was sung by a quartet that loves those crazy things. They are very good singers. They won last year's internationals in 2022, and they have Gary Lewis from Max Q. So their name is Quorum, and here is the intro to Them Their Eyes in Sweden.
You may think I'm just flirting, and maybe you think I'm all lies, just because I get romantic when I gaze into your eyes. When I'm gazing into your eyes, I gaze into your eyes. How I love those eyes. Them their eyes. Now I realize I fell in love with you. I never wanted to, but no, I know I did. I fell in love with you. I fell in love with you first time I looked.
So we were still on this bicycle trip through Europe. We were in Sweden, and we had like 5 days left to record the last song, which is a very cool arrangement called Too Darn Hot, arranged by Rasmus Krickström for Lemon Squeezy. And so the lyrics are about a place where it's really hot, so the original plan was to record the 4 parts and then jump it into a lake to show that it's so cool. So we spent the last week looking for a lake without people around it, without wind noise, without rain, with some sunshine maybe. And at the last day we finally found it. So it was a lake in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of a nature reserve. And as I was about to record, some people arrived, a family arrived, and also the water was too cold, so I was really afraid of jumping in. So we changed the plan, and my girlfriend didn't really want to do it, but she accepted. And today she still regrets what she did. So here's what she did. Too Darn Hot by Lemon Squeezy.
'Cause it's too darn hot. It's too darn hot. It's too darn hot. But it's too done hot.
It's too
Baby, I'm lazy tonight, 'cause it's too
done
hot. Too done hot. Way too hot.
And I'm going to finish with the arranger I sang the most pieces of this year, which is logically me, because ever since I started singing barbershop, I always loved turning music I like into a cappella arrangements, and also I love the idea to extend barbershop music to any style of music, to any language too, not only English. So I made some arrangements of Japanese fusion jazz music or French music. And here is a Brazilian song, so in Brazilian Portuguese, called Chega de Saudade. It was also arranged by Melody Hein in the English version, called No More Blues for Secret Best Friends Quartet. And here is my version.
Do que os beijinhos que eu darei na sua boca, pra dentro dos meus braços, os abraços hão de ser milhões de abraços, apertado assim, colado assim, calado assim, abraços e beijinhos e carinhos sem tetim. Que pra acabar com esse negócio de você viver sem mim, vamos deixar esse negócio de você longe de mim. Não, não quero mais esse negócio de viver longe de mim, pá.
So thank you all for sticking around till the end. There are many influential people that are not present in this video, but I still have a lot of quartets, arrangers, songs, tags to cover for next year or next years. And it takes me a lot of work, energy, effort and time to make all of this, to transcribe the songs, to learn them by heart, to record them, to rehearse them first, then to mix the audio and edit the video. And anytime I can get some feedback from you, any like or share or new subscriber or any question or anything, it always makes me more motivated to continue. So please do. And bye bye.